Hey guys, my name is Leonie and welcome to another video. Is this you?
Yes, I like books.
And is this also you?
I like movies too.
Do you also sometimes get this particular thought?
This movie was so great, I wish there was a book like that. Why aren't there any books that are about the same things?
Because in that case, today I have the perfect video for you, because I too am a huge fan of not only books, but also movies. So that's why today I wanted to make a video where I give book recommendations based on movies that you might have liked. It's kind of in the style of, if you liked this particular movie, then you might like this particular book. But it also, of course, works the other way around as well. If I name a book that you really liked and you didn't know the movie, then you should definitely check out the movie as well. First, I want to start with the book and a movie that kind of sparked the idea for this video, and that is, if you liked Crimson Peak, then you should definitely check out Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. Crimson Peak came out about last year. I watched it in the cinema and I just remember thinking to myself, oh my gosh, this movie is so similar to Cruel Beauty, because Crimson Peak is like a horror fantasy movie about a girl who marries this handsome, mysterious British guy and then starts living with him in this house. There's all sorts of creepy things happening in this house. It's very mysterious, and it really reminded me of Cruel Beauty, because Cruel Beauty is about a girl who has to marry the monster of the country called the Gentle Lord, and she has to live with him in his huge house, and there's all sorts of mysterious things happening with creepy stuff going on. Crimson Peak is a horror movie. It's a horror movie. It's a horror movie. Cruel Beauty is not horror at all. It's very PG-13, but it does have that like creepy, eerie feel. If you like the type of romance in Crimson Peak, then you should definitely try Cruel Beauty by Rosamund Hodge. Also, I mean, they both start with CR. So similar. Next up is, if you liked the movie Suicide Squad, then you should definitely check out Six of Crows by Lee Bardugo, which might be a little obvious, but Suicide Squad is basically about this squad of like thieves and murderers and not very nice people that team up together because there's this one influential person that gives them the task of some sort of heist. Six of Crows is super similar to that, because it's also about like six outcasts. They're thieves, they're murderers, they're generally pretty bad people, and you follow them on their journey while they try to save someone out of a very, very highly secured prison. So if you like the idea of anti-heroes that team up together to do heroic stuff, then this is the book for you. It's very popular, you probably already read it, but if you haven't, read it. Next up is, if you like the Phantom of the Opera, whatever edition, whatever movie, because there are so many movie editions, or maybe you really like the musical, but generally if you like the story of the Phantom of the Opera, you should definitely check out Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I know that I've recommended this book a gazillion times, but I'm just gonna mention it again because I like it. The similarities between both stories is that in both cases there is this girl who finds out that she has a very specific talent for something, which in the Phantom of the Opera is singing, and then in Uprooted it is magic, and then there's this mysterious evil person, the Phantom, and in this case the dragon, who is not actually a dragon, he's a wizard, but... And this mysterious person helps our main character to get better and train this particular talent that she has. And whereas the Phantom of the Opera has a lot of amazing singing and music and songs, Uprooted has like the same thing, except instead of music, it is with magic, because there are so many beautiful scenes where they both do, like, they just do magic, and it's really wonderful to read. In a way, really reminded me of how music is handled in the Phantom of the Opera. The next one that I wanted to mention is kind of obvious, but I still wanted to talk about it, and that is, if you like Mulan, you should definitely check out Aeon by Alison Goodman. Almost forgot one of my favorite authors' names. I'm assuming you all know what Mulan is about. Aeon is not a direct Mulan retelling, but it does take place in a fantasy version of Eastern Asia. It is about a girl who dresses up as a guy so that she can enter this contest of becoming the next like dragon master kind of thing. And it has dragons, not like tiny little mushu, but like really big spirit dragons. Also, I do really shortly want to mention that I know that somewhere this year, Renee Ajay comes out with an actual Mulan retelling and it's called Flame in the Mist. So I just wanted to mention that. I obviously haven't read it yet because it's not out yet, but that is like an actual Mulan retelling. Then, if you liked the movie The Prestige, I would definitely suggest you check out Vicious by V.E. Schwab, because what video of mine would this be without recommending a book by V.E. Schwab, right? I don't know if The Prestige is a very well-known movie, but I absolutely love that film. It's about two rival magicians who start using actual magic to make their performances better, and just there's a lot of rivalry going on, and obviously everything goes wrong once they start to try to use magic. And it really reminded me of Vicious, because Vicious also has that same rivalry between these two students, and they also try to get some supernatural superhero abilities, but once they do that, everything kind of goes wrong and they become each other's arch enemies. They try to kill each other and it's just one big disaster. So really, if you liked The Prestige, this book has the exact same rivalry elements with some supernatural stuff mixed in. And if you really liked Vicious and you haven't seen The Prestige, I highly recommend it. It's a great movie. And the last one that I want to recommend might be a little surprising, and that is if you liked another Cinderella story, then you should read Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda. Hear me out. You know, in another Cinderella story, it's like a Cinderella retelling where a boy and a girl meet each other via a phone, and it has this whole Cinderella thing of trying to find out who this person is that you were in love with, but you don't actually know them, so you're trying to find them in real life. That's literally what Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda is about. It's about this guy named Simon who falls in love with this other guy through email, and then you kind of spend the entire book trying to figure out which guy at his school is the guy that he met through email. And it's super cute, just like another Cinderella story. And those were all my movie book recommendations. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what books you would like to recommend based on some popular movies. And I will see you next week with another video. Goodbye! I lied to you. These are actually all TV shows and not actual movies.
Let's get down to business.